broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another NXT After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. It's good to have the crew back. I'm Kathy Kelly. Sitting next to me, Mark Donica.
I'm a common man. The Internet Soapbox Mark. Hi, I have an intro. You can find me on Twitter at SoapboxMark and The Gimmick Pod. Make sure to use the hashtag ABTVNXT or hashtag NXTeam to ask us some questions during the show. We're trying to be as live as we can. My phone's dead. Hobo's is not. So yeah, we're gonna try to answer your questions live. We got a lot to get to today. A lot of news and a lot of matches. So
Sitting next to Mark.
Hi.
The hobo.
Yep, that's me, a true hobo. Just your average, everyday wrestling hobo.
Don't sound happy about it, though.
you're super down.
I'm cool.
I'm really bummed today.
Why?
I just feel like all of the news about just bad things happening in the world
It's been a
have really
crappy
affected
news
me
week.
negatively.
Yeah.
And there are certain ones that we don't want to talk about, but there are some positive news things that we're going to talk about at the end of the show.
I've got a lot of news to talk about at the end of the show. A lot of stuff, rumors, gossip, whatever you might think, and hopefully it makes you feel good inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all warm and squishy.
What does make us feel good? Watching NXT.
The most bland transition ever, but I'll take it.
I don't know. It's like one of the highlights of my week, and I like it more than any other show, and you can quote me on that.
I'm telling Danny and Brooks.
Do it.
All right, I'll do it.
Done.
If I remember.
If you ever see them.
If I ever see them again.
But this week, we're still, having the aftermath of TakeOver. This is the first time that they're back at the Performance Center, even though I think that these were taped before.
These were taped before.
Yes. So we start off with the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, the first round, and they're bringing in tag teams from everywhere. Tag teams from the main roster. Tag teams from not even associated with WWE. It's great. There's so many people. They're making tag teams. They're using all the tag teams that we don't see too often.
This is what we
it's
wanted.
happening.
This is
It
what
is.
everybody wanted. They wanted NXT to open up and work with other groups, and we're getting to see that happen right before our
I
eyes.
know. And what a great way to commemorate Dusty Rhodes. I think it's really cool. So the first match that we have in the Tag Team Classic, the Ascension are back
Yeah.
at NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more, yeah. And they are facing Rhino and Baron Corbin.
A lot of shoulder blocks in this match.
Just four larger guys just swinging out. The smallest guy in this match was Victor, and that's saying something. He's not a small guy by any measure, but compared to the other three, he was just happened to be the smaller guy.
It's weird because, like we've talked about on the main roster, the Ascension sometimes gets overlooked because there are a plethora of tag teams there, and their gimmick, the way that they changed them up, isn't quite over. Isn't really.
They're definitely in for a refresh.
But I miss them.
Yeah.
Like when they were on NXT, I was like, oh, my boys.
The quality of their work is something that you cannot overlook. Their rebranding when they went to the main roster was something that people had difficulty accepting because it was so much like other things that had been in the previous era.
Yeah.
But their work, solid. Can't argue with it at all.
It's one of a very solid tag match and probably the most solid match and back and forth match that we've seen them in
a while, since we haven't seen them in many matches, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and they're all like the 8-man tag matches. I
missed the Ascension when they were the tag champs at NXT, and it was before they talked. Guys. It was before but before the makeup and all of that stuff.
I think they felt like their old selves tonight when they came out of that ring. They were just screaming and pumped up. They felt the energy in a Full Sail, that old energy.
Because
I think they miss it.
Those are their fans. Like, those are the people that know them.
Which they got
those are the people that,
Right.
You don't get that on the main roster. Like, there's maybe 1 or 2 people, but the Full Sail crowd was there with a welcome back chance, and it was nice to nice to have them back in an actual competitive capacity.
Yeah.
Which sucks to say. Yeah. Corbin and Rhino were in this match too.
They were. I mean, they're always.
Care Baron.
Baron is getting Care Baron. Yeah, it'll be a shirt soon. It's just Baron Corbin is probably the biggest heel in NXT right now, and he just showed a little bit of that in this match when he was in the corner and the whole crowd was screaming one more he just backed out of the ring like, I do not want to give them one of those, and then Victor throws him back in, and then the fans get what they want. He's a heel. He's taking that away from the crowd.
I think Baron deserves more credit than we've even given him, than most fans have given him, because he's very in tune with what the crowd wants, and I think the psychology behind that in creating this heel character and not giving them what they want at all.
He's beginning to advance. He's obviously learning, and he's beginning to feel. It's something that we haven't been able to see in his matches thus far because they've been so short. How can you actually have a match that has feeling at levels when it's one move and it's over? Now he gets to actually show people what he's capable of. He should be absolutely eating this up.
Yeah.
Every opportunity he gets, he should 100% pluck for himself.
After TakeOver, I'm excited to see more. Before that, I don't think I would have said that.
No, yeah, this is like, as I mentioned at the top of the show, with the whole idea of the Dusty Classic being what we want and full of stuff that we wanted, this is more Corbin that we want. Because, as Hobo said, he's getting a chance to actually show himself. And I've said it from the beginning, from the very first show I was on, this Corbin is interesting, and I'd like to see more from him. So the fact that we finally are is like, cool, he's learning. Moving forward.
I went through some waves where I didn't want to see him at all.
But
sure.
But now I'm like, hey, he didn't text me. I wonder what he's doing.
What?
Rhino
gets the pin.
Yeah, after they missed the Fall of Man, which I was like, oh, please win, stick around.
It was such a good setup, and then wouldn't you know it, there's a distraction, Victor gets pulled out, and then Connor
gets the gore.
Yeah.
And it was nice for him to have the quick kick out after the 3. So just like, oh god, crap, damn it.
It's
sort of a miss.
The effectiveness of that move. He could have hit it on Victor. Sure, it's effective against Victor, but the fact that it's effective against a guy bigger than Victor, Connor, is even more impressive.
Agreed.
After this match, Devin is backstage and she's interviewing a newly formed tag team for this tournament, Neville and Solomon Crow. Neville's come back down to enter himself in the tournament, and he's paired with Crow, who is
NXT's Little Monster.
Really excited about this.
Did you have to say it if they didn't say it? Do without it.
Do you want me to rather me say the NXT's Keyboard Warrior?
I still think of Wally, or when I think of Little Monsters.
What?
Okay. Wally?
Not Wally. Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski.
Oh.
That's what I meant. They look alike, not at all.
Not even close.
All little monsters look alike.
This was a fun way to... Was he Crumb?
I guess.
Does he hold his eyes above his head? He's no Ickis. He's Oblina. That's what it is.
What are Lady Gaga's fans called? Little monsters?
Yes, little monsters.
Pocket monsters? Technically, they're Pokemon.
Pocket monsters.
Oh, please, please give Solomon Crow a Shaw Guerrero's old gimmick, please.
I do like this
I think it could
backstage
be fun.
segment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solomon is great on the mic too. He just makes everything that much more entertaining.
You forget it when he doesn't have an opportunity to actually show some charisma, that he's actually really decent on the mic, and I like his voice.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like, oh, I'm a regular guy. No,
Yeah.
he's got a memorable voice.
He's somebody I
Something
could
that
hear
you
on
can-
commentary in the future.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Macho did it, whatever.
Exactly. He reminded me of Macho Man because he has a unique voice and he has a lot of excitement for what's going on. So he made me interested in what he had to say, and I just going off of that, I think if it runs its course for however many years and then he still has a voice left, he could use it on the commentary table.
I personally want to see more characters on commentary. I love Graves on commentary.
Graves is
I love
amazing on commentary.
Renee when she was doing commentary. I love people with personalities and that have opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's just not the direction they want to go. They want to go ESPN. They don't want to go, into the older styled stuff, despite everybody loving it. It's really not the direction they want to go.
I think that it's just situational. But
We'll see.
there are some people on ESPN who have great personalities. So
I don't know, but none of them are
Like
are
Jonathan
on
Coachman.
ESPN. But he's the coach. I guess compared to everybody else on ESPN, Jonathan Coachman's really wacky. But compared to everybody else, he's just a dude.
Yeah.
In our world, he's just a guy in the world of cartoons. But in sports news world, Jonathan Coachman, he's so wild.
Wild and crazy Coachman.
Wild and crazy Coachman.
a promo that we saw a couple weeks ago and we saw again tonight, Nia Jax.
This one was different though.
Yes.
Because the other one seemed like a little energetic, showed a little bit more of her femininity, whereas this one reminded me of an old Mankind promo. Like one of the original, like, it's a blight on humanity, like light through the window and like
Does she have a
the
pet
creepy
rat?
instrumental music, petting the rat. Like, I don't know. It's a completely different tonal change.
Yeah.
And this makes me go, ooh, what is she about?
What do you think of the comparisons to Tamina? Because that's just one inevitable, but I feel like there's so many people on Twitter and online that have already made that comparison.
I think there's more. I agree with him in saying that there's more of a resemblance to Awesome Kong.
Okay.
Right.
I like that.
What was she in WWE? Karma. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know who Awesome Kong is, and
What about for people that don't know who Karma is either?
You should.
Well, it'll
Google
catch
it.
up with
Google
you
it.
real quick.
And there was a Japanese wrestler that she reminded me of.
Bull
Nakano, yes. So I think they're going for that, especially with her attire that she's been using at the live events. It seems a little bit more Japanese, strong woman style. So I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help that her and Tamina, I think, are related
Yeah,
in some
cousins.
fashion. They're all cousins.
Are all
Everybody's
Samoans
cousins.
related?
Pretty much.
Pretty
They're just
much.
small island, big people. They're all pretty
Small
much
island,
related.
big families.
Yes.
And
very
take that
true.
how you will.
I think everyone's related somehow.
I mean, we're all human.
Or are we dancers?
I think.
Tiny dancers?
Keep it going.
Tony
Hold it
Dance.
close.
Tony Danza. Elton John. How did we get here?
I'm
United
excited
Kingdom.
for her to make her debut.
Me too.
They're saying it will be with Eva potentially.
That's who she's been working with at
Yeah.
live events. So
We'll see. They're sort of pitching her by herself. I don't see her aligning herself with Eva right away, but I think that eventually will happen.
Yeah.
maybe within a recording or the recording after
Yeah.
she debuts. Something. It'll happen.
Alexa Bliss versus Blue
The
Pants
discount diva.
is
That's what Graves called her. And I was like, that's pretty mean.
It's a good put down. It's a great put down.
yeah.
He's a
And
good
it's got
commentator.
alliteration.
Yeah.
So Blue Pants is back
Yep.
and
Tired of that music.
And you've got somebody.
Da-da-da-da.
Somebody said that they didn't like it either, so you got to convert. You're getting a small following
I
there,
have a
Jim
small
Jones.
following.
I like that music,
I need
but
to punch it up. Yes, that music. Even if it's just this, as opposed to Cass going da 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 da.
I know, but I like Cass's version. That's what got her over. Honestly, she would not be that over if it weren't for Cass and Enzo.
No, I agree, but she's not with Cass and Enzo anymore.
I know.
I don't think they have to pay licensing for this version of the music, however.
Yeah, I think that's
Perfect
correct.
timing.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
So go with it. But it needs something. It needs a backing beat. It needs something. It needs a remix. It needs something.
Remix.
I just think that with all of the group of girls, 3 of the 4 horsewomen going up to the main roster, you need to start building girls that are there under contract.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
But what?
Blue Pants is not one of them.
I
That's
know,
what she means.
that's my point.
And
That's why she lost.
She wasn't getting built in this match.
But
She
she's
spent the
having
majority
more
of it on her
matches
back.
That's the
than
thing.
most of the other girls.
But
she's used
how
every
much of
single
that-
week.
How much of that has been constructive? She's still over, but how many matches has she won? She's
won a couple.
She's won a couple, but through like roll up. I was trying to think
She
during the match.
helped the Vaudevillains win the tag titles, and
All right.
It doesn't count as a win for her, though.
I know.
She's not a permanent part of that group. She certainly didn't win tonight. She got her ass beat. I mean, beat.
And since
Alexa
this
Bliss
was-
took her to the shit.
I wanted some more slap opportunities on that one.
And hello to Alexa at home. She loves them puns. But I since this was recorded before the live event before NXT Takeover, and they wanted to save that surprise, nobody came out with them to kind of preserve who had the tag titles. But if next time there's a rematch or there's a 6-person tag or whatever, and they keep this going, they give her vaudeville music. Turn her into a vaudeville act.
I think she's just gonna jump around to whatever gimmick needs something.
Jump up, and get down. Jump around.
Jump.
Thank you. Steven's on point today. There's some if they're going to use her to the effect that they are, they need to give her something extra. Maybe a contract, but if anything, some.
I don't think that they can give her a contract.
It's such a
They
weird.
can give anybody a contract they want to, but
It's
I don't
such a
think they
weird
necessarily see
situation.
the upside
Honestly,
to it.
I've heard. Whatever.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
very confusing what they're doing with her, and I think the fans are starting to feel it.
Yeah.
Really.
I think that.
Because the pop was big in Brooklyn, but that's because we were in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Like her pop tonight for coming out was like, cool, it's Blue Pants more, and there was some minor chanting, not to discredit her talent.
I mean,
but
right
in terms
now
of her character,
the deal that she has is better than most people who are signed to NXT.
Yeah,
She's able to get the bookings through NXT and then also book indies on her own and
her
sell
fee
her
goes
merch
up
and everything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's real sweet for her. I mean, nobody's saying that this isn't good for her, but it's not good for all the girls down there who are under contract.
I think a lot of people are like, oh, why doesn't she get a contract? Why doesn't she get a contract? It's
then they
probably
can-
in her best interest if she doesn't.
Yeah. So that's
Arguably.
love to have her for an interview because she's
that'd be
very
great,
talented
actually.
and I feel like if she actually started with the company and working at the center, she can really refine some of the stuff that we've kind of seen just because she's been in most of a squash capacity.
Yeah.
And I just want to see more because as Hobo mentioned, Bliss was in control essentially the entire match and looked super strong doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what do you do?
Yeah. Bliss ends up winning with the Sparkle Splash. Does that squash everything from TakeOver?
It doesn't unring the bell. It
No.
doesn't get the championships back. It just makes Alexa Bliss look like a stronger female contender next to Blue Pants. But she's no longer really a female contender.
Mm-hmm.
She gets a little bit of revenge, but it doesn't change anything. No, there will be a rematch.
Who are the top girls now that Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky are on main roster? Because we have obviously Bailey is the
Carmella.
tops. Carmella. Eva Marie is being built as
She's
the
getting up
top.
there.
She's climbing.
Dana Brooke, and I think Alexa.
Oh, I think Alexa, since Sasha isn't full time, I think Alexa's the top heel.
I would love to see her in the title picture soon.
Eva Marie, I think Eva Marie, just from a crowd perspective, has a lot more heat, but as a stronger heel when it comes to character.
I do not want to see Eva Marie with the NXT women's title.
I think it'll happen. It'll be short, but I think it'll happen just to piss everybody off.
I would flip some tables.
She's getting better,
And not in a good way.
And we're gonna talk about her match
Well,
later.
one of the match that she was in,
We'll get there when we get to that match. But I think Bliss, once all of the business with the tag team titles gets taken care of, she'll be gunning more for the NXT Women's Championship.
I just don't think I'm not saying anything bad against Eva Marie right now, but I think that if she got the NXT Women's title within the next 6 months, within the next year, that would not only piss off so many fans, but it would also, I think, detract from the movement that they've been trying to do with women who are taking this seriously and have been working at this their entire lives to, I think that it halts that movement and it discredits the belt.
I don't think so. A year from now, if she keeps working the way that she's been over these past couple of months and sticks to that dedication and shows improvement within a year, and they start building that maybe 2 months before the year towards Bayley, because I don't want Bayley to lose that for a long ass time, until she comes up and is like, all right, here, now this is your division.
I just don't see how that could positively affect morale if Eva Marie were to get the belt.
Here's how it works, and I think Mark was right. I think what you have to do is you give it to her for a very short period of time. Then you send in somebody new, somebody fresh, who completely decimates Eva Marie to the cheers of the crowd.
Even Nia.
And restores, in a sense, restores the belts.
I just don't see
glory.
them waiting a year to do that storyline. And that's what pisses me off.
If it's not a year, it's going to be short. That's what I think.
If it's in 2 months, I riot.
It won't be in 2 months.
If it's in 3 months, I riot.
Fair enough.
Not that my riots will do anything or accomplish.
But I hope it's Bliss next.
Yes.
I think it'd be great with Blake and Murphy. I would love to see them interfere in matches and sort of be somewhat untouchable from the aspect of these females cannot fight these males, so they just sort of run roughshod as predatory animals. And Alexa Bliss picks up the belt and sort of has her queendom, where she's on top and these minions do her bidding, and
minions?
Blake and Murphy as minions. Sure.
Blake and Minion. Blake and Murphy. Damn it. Awesome showing from Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Minions?
Glitz flip. Yep, there it is. Glitz flip, Asparagus splash, right back to back with each other. Blue Pants is out. And the glitz flip looked really good tonight. She's kind of been hit and miss, but she nailed that. It looked like Broken Rib City.
Yeah. Glitz Flip City.
Back in Regal's office. Oh my God, it's Tyler. He interrupts.
This was my favorite thing for reasons. Let's get to it.
Tyler Breeze storms in, and they are already in Regal's office. He is having a meeting with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I like how my phone liked to autocorrect it to Garbanzo. But
America's greatest tag team. This is Italy's greatest tag team.
I love that Garbanzo. Regal puts them over and calls them the hottest free agents. That says a lot. And for him to be able to say that on television, on a taping, is huge.
Seriously.
Not just for them, but for every indie wrestler.
Because it's like, oh, hope. That could be me.
They're acknowledging other people.
Yes, they are.
The acknowledgement of an existing wrestling outside of WWE is a recent addition to their vocabulary.
Well, I think that's something that people down there, like Regal, like Canyon, Seaman, they all want to advance the company, and I think that this is kind of the new way of doing that.
Agreed. It's the old way of doing it. That's the thing. We haven't actually gone forward. We've gone backwards. Wrestling is cyclical.
Yeah.
So territory days all over again.
What's Piper doing here? He's from the Crockett. They're like, whatever. Like, he shouldn't be here.
It's the 3W. When WWF started picking up talent from all over the United States and said, we can pay you much more than you're making where you are right now. And people went, well, I gotta go where the money is. And then they created the monopoly. That's how the WWE came to be way back when, and now they're starting to do it with NXT. It's just old thinking renewed it. That's wrestling. They're
so
doing
where are the
wrestling
territories
again.
now?
all over.
Japan?
Japan, yes. Japan's
Chicago?
technically a territory. I'd call it the upper eastern United States. You got the West Coast, you got Florida, and
The Japan coast.
Japan coast. You got Florida
East
in the
Coast.
south, kind of in there. Then you've got Ohio, Chicago in the mid. You got the Midwest right
You're
in
just
there.
naming places now. Like, let's name everywhere. Antarctica, you've got
Yes.
A lot of
Brazil,
great talent
you've
down
got
there.
Alaska, actually,
Yeah.
there's wrestling in Alaska.
What?
I might work with them in the future.
that would be so much fun. I want to go to a wrestling show in Alaska.
Good, because the only thing you'd be able to do, that and
Watch
stroke
whales.
moose, I guess.
No, and run from moose.
Run from moose. You got the moose phones.
Moose
Got
runner.
moose phones in Alaska. Yes, I need your help. There's a moose chasing me.
I would RKO the moose.
Just it's a big RKO. It would be out of nowhere. That moose would be very surprised.
Yeah.
I missed you guys. The hell is this show? Hey!
So, Tyler Breeze asks Regal for a partner since he is going to go up against these two, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Get to the Ciampa!
Get to the chopper. He said it. Credit where credit's due. Hi, Steven.
So, Bull was
Yes!
announced.
The
Bull
man-
Dempsey announced as Tyler Breeze's tag
Perfect
partner.
teaming. Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey, the man who started Bullfit and now the newly reinvigorated Bull Dempsey. Perfect team. Absolutely.
As we mentioned in the top of the show, they're giving us what we want. We said this! We said that we wanted this!
Out loud.
And they're giving us this! Where's our patience?
No, we're just speaking it into existence.
Yes, we are willing it and
we are
making it so.
gods. We are gods.
He went a little farther than I did. I just want a paycheck. I don't think God gets like a 2-piece in a
I don't think
biscuit.
it gets a stipend.
No.
I created existence. Maybe you could give me some
Maybe
money.
you have a little bit. That's what the church collection's for.
Is that what that's
God's
for?
stipend.
God's we send it to him in the universe. We shoot it in a rocket.
I'm
All the
still-
money in a rocket.
Very, 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 very excited for that match. And that's going to happen next week.
Sweet.
Damn it. But yeah.
Too sweet? No.
No.
Well, speaking of too sweet,
Yeah, let's do it now.
James, one of the engineers here at AfterBuzz,
James Frank, wonderful human being.
Jimbo.
helped create a Young Bucks documentary, and it is called
The Young Bucks Too Sweet Journey. Yes.
And haven't had a chance to watch it yet. How about you guys?
Nope.
No, but it's.
Gonna do a screening maybe on Friday.
Are we?
Yeah.
We
Okay,
are.
good.
Okay, well, I guess we'll.
We'll schedule it off camera.
Yes.
But
But
if
haven't
you
seen
guys
it-
want to see it, you can buy the DVD online. You can either buy the
Some
online version
nice
or
spots.
the DVD. And yeah, do that.
Do it.
Check it out.
Support our local brilliant people on AfterBuzz.
Well said.
I'm
Yeah.
happy we don't do ad reads because that was great.
I'm the best at this.
Backstage after
There
what?
we are. Sorry, I was just trying to find where we were.
Oh, after the women's match last week, Emma says that there's no Divas Revolution without Emma.
Which is, she's right.
It's the evolution. It's back.
Boop, 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 boop. Evil bubbles.
Evil bubbles.
Cue
Black
evil bubbles.
Ugh,
Actually, I think you can actually make black bubbles.
probably.
You can get neon bubbles that glow in the
Right.
dark.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
The radiation.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that you could. It's just like, you can get them?
You can buy them.
Buy them.
You can buy them in stores.
Okay, I thought it was like, I thought you were suggesting something to the
You
universe.
should get them. I'm speaking it into existence. I would like some neon
hail
bubbles.
the Catherine Kelly.
She wants her color bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Do it.
We got a lot of show to get
Yeah,
to still.
okay, fine.
Whatever.
After this segment, Apollo Crews versus Martin Stone. Crews not showing as much as I would have wanted him to,
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
this-
exactly what we were saying.
but he won.
Yeah, this was technically this was shot before his debut,
Oh.
so maybe he got some notes in between.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
But not saying that this was bad. It was just
subterfuge,
I
Kathy.
think everyone knows what he's capable of.
Yeah.
And we saw that at TakeOver, and I was so freaking excited. I know you guys were excited.
Yeah,
and
no.
that's still even just a sliver of what his he has in his arsenal.
All too easy.
So
You want
we
the
want
charisma.
that.
Honestly, in the ring, there's nobody better. He is a perfect mix of strength and speed and agility. Nobody can touch him in that regard. That being said, you need to be charismatic. You've got to be large. You have to show
Smile, Apollo.
energy and emotion and be as big as you physically are, because when you're big, you don't really need to do anything because you walk into a room and like, hi, I'm the biggest thing here. But when you're in the ring and there's thousands of people looking at you, you've got to be huge for them to zero in on you, and that's one thing you got to remember when you get out there.
I just think that even regardless of smiling or not, he didn't do as much of the acrobatics that we saw.
Well, I mean that also might have been a note. This reminded me a lot. This seemed like Independence. This seemed like Uha Nation, and when the guy that we got at NXT Takeover Brooklyn was Apollo Crews. Like this
I
was
want
sort
some
of
more Apollo Crews then.
agreed. No, totally agreed. This is great, as he said. Is physically just like move. But a lot of the time, a lot of the showmanship in between was just a lot smaller than he is. Like even just his pose was just kind of like. Yeah. Like he just threw it like, yeah, I did it. He even did, yeah, it was one that was just like a second. Martin Stone's like mock pose had more energy in it. And that's something that I would love to see improve. Because we love the guy.
I mean, how could you not?
Seriously.
But even that knife cuts both ways of, look at him, look at how impressive he is. You almost have to hate how impressive he is. Like, oh, he's beautiful and he moves so well.
Named after a Greek god.
Yeah.
Look at me. Now look at my move. Now look at the Jumbotron. Now look back at me. No.
Look at your program. Now back to me. Now back at the Titantron. Now back to me. I'm Apollo Crews.
If they start doing that,
I hope not.
I'd be.
Just call Isaiah Mustafa. Man needs some work.
Although it's ironic because Isaiah Mustafa sells, the Old Spice products. So does Terry Crews. Basically, Apollo Crews is named after Terry Crews. So it's all in the Old Spice wheel.
Apollo.
Devin Taylor interviews Jordan and Gable backstage. They are about to face Crow and Neville in
my name.
The tag team tournament.
Say it.
They're so good together.
Chemistry.
The yin to each other's yang.
Just a ton of chemistry. It's just ridiculous. These two guys together, they gelled so fast. It's just, you're drawn to them. It's so perfect. So weird. So
I mean, they're the prime example of people that I think they're both funny, they're both good in the ring, but when you find that other person, it just brings it to a completely different level.
Totally agree. And this promo was fun. It had a heading. It was history is written by the victors or by the winners, as they said.
And then at the very end, Gable said that Neville and Crow's American dream is about to become a nightmare.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I mean, I guess you guys are probably bad guys in this situation, so you could use that epithet in that way. Fine, cool, make us not like you. But it's hard when you go right into because we're ready, willing. Say my name. Like, it's hard. It's. I mean, what else can it be?
What did Jason Jordan say when he left? He's like, it's not on the record.
It's like
it
was
was
on TV.
It's on TV.
Tape. There's footage.
I'm going to deny it.
Okay.
I'm not going to.
Everybody else is going to say no.
Devin Taylor interviews Finn Balor backstage, and he is teaming with Samoa Joe next week. She also mentions that they have the Texas dates coming up where he's going to have to defend the NXT title.
I wonder if they're going to record any of them for TV.
I don't think that they are.
I don't think so. I mean, I think they only recorded 3 or 4 shows on the last run. So I think that might match up with Texas. So they might get maybe 1 show out of it.
I would assume that they would tape before they head to Texas.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because it's not a special
4 or 5
event,
shows.
And it's the same as what they're doing with the music tours. Like, they're just doing Nashville or something like that. Then they're doing California. I don't think that they're doing tapings in any of those. They're just
They'll
live
probably
shows.
put together packages. They will shoot. They always
Oh
shoot.
yeah, they'll probably
shoot.
shoot something, but it's not going to be a full show there.
No.
Agreed.
They're not going to tape the matches like that. So, after this, Eva Marie versus Billie Kay.
We got a good question on Twitter.
Oh, was that a real 3 count that Eva Marie didn't tap out of?
No.
Or didn't kick out of?
I didn't see that, but that's an interesting point. Westchild Petite on Twitter using the hashtag ABTVNXT asked, anyone else looking forward to the eventual Eva Marie versus Dana Brooke match?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I am.
To be perfectly honest, I am. Because I think that would be a stroke for Eva Marie, but for both of them to show how far they've come, really. And I think that will be a match to sort of prove to everybody whether they have it or not.
Is that inevitable, though? I don't know if it's inevitable.
That is a good question. I don't think those two are necessarily going to have a matchup anytime soon.
If right now they're both being booked as heels and they're in completely separate storylines, I don't know that it's going to happen.
They're on parallel paths that are not ready to intersect anytime soon. They're going to keep going straight until maybe eventually they start to curve into one another, but it's not going to be for a while.
This match, since we're running out of time, this match, I swear, I rewound this 3 times. There was a 3 count that Billie had the pin and Eva didn't kick out. Or maybe it was just like 2.99999, but I don't remember. Like, I did not see Eva move at all, and they were like,
see that.
We didn't see that.
No.
Remember
that
when
was the point where the fans started booing so loud.
Oh, so it was toward the end.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say.
And then within like 30 seconds, Eva pins Billie Kay.
Okay, so it was at that point. Okay, I was too distracted by Billie Kay's Star Sapphire wrestling attire. That's for all of you DC fans out there. She was just like, "What are you wearing? Where is your sapphire ring?" Anyway, she's a space knight, so Eva won. I think Eva looked pretty dang good in this match. Not great, not fantastic, not like, oh, I believe now, but
it was better.
I thought
It was good.
Yeah.
I thought she looked good. Like,
Yeah.
good. Like, that's not even with any polish that I'm saying that. I'm not turning a blind eye to anything.
I
She
thought
looked
Billie
good.
Kay looked better.
yeah,
Yes.
agreed.
She also looks like you.
No, Billie Kay looks like.
That's what I said.
Eva.
She looks like Billie Kay. How do we know you're not?
I've never seen the two of you in the same room.
I know.
You were gone for 2 weeks. You could have gone to Florida in
At
that
tapings.
time.
Stop lying to us.
Okay, so we should talk about the main event.
Let's do that. Well,
before-
they announced that Finn and Joe are going to face the Lucha Dragons next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, former tag champions.
That'll be exciting.
Strong stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, the final match of the night, we had Neville and Crow. Why am I...
You okay?
Yeah, no, coffee.
Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger.
Yes,
Yep.
which we just talked about.
What?
Yep. Wait! Gable! Say my name!
It's not even late. Like, I don't have that excuse.
It's
Like, I was just
Wednesday. We're out
like
of
so
our
excited
groove.
about talking about the news and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Anyways, Jason Jordan, Chad Gable versus Neville and Solomon Crow. Neville had such a presence when he came out tonight. He just felt like he was...
Well, they gave him such a bigger entrance on the main roster, so that's why it feels bigger.
Oh, down
so
at NXT.
so I feel like that brought down the whole him flying down to Earth and all of that. Like, yeah, so I can see that. Gable was so good at the beginning of this match with all of his reversals, just showing off.
And he really does show off. But Crow hung with him. He was not going down without a fight. He was not laying down for Gable. He just kept getting up and fighting for what he could get. A headlock a few times there. I think he got in a wrist lock. He's not just letting Chad run over him. He's still trying to keep up, but Gable is just a natural wrestler. It's sick. Just sick.
He disgusts me.
I hate people that are talented.
Seriously.
I know they're awful.
The worst.
This was a fun match, though.
Yeah.
This was good. I don't know if I liked it better than the first match, but it was still super enjoyable.
I think both of them made me just more excited for the Tag Classic in general.
Yeah, it's a huge tournament.
Yeah.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like, I think there's 8.
How many
8
weeks is
first
it going to be?
round, 8
It's
first
all the way
round, 4
until
second
October?
round. No, actually, no. I think it's 16 teams. I think it's 16 teams.
math.
That's what it made it look like.
It's going till October.
Yeah.
I know that.
And if it's 2 matches a week, we'll hit that in no time.
That's a lot of damn matches.
It's a lot of tag matches.
That's cool.
It's great. A lot of fun. Didn't expect JJ and Gable to get the win.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're a solid NXT tag team.
I think that they're building up the tag teams that are there.
I agree. Any possible Crone heel turn with the tagging himself in?
No,
Yeah, I don't
I just
think so
think
either.
he was.
I would love to see him with
capitalizing.
something new though, because I
Agreed.
like the whole hacker angle, and then he hasn't had something for a while.
I think it's inevitable that him and Apollo are going to fight just because they make magic.
Okay.
They're really good friends, and we know that really good friends make really good enemies too.
Yep.
We have to talk about news.
Yes, we do. We have
only
some
a couple minutes
news
left.
and gossip.
News.
No drop.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So we've got a lot of stuff and a little bit of time. We're just going to kind of blow through it. A little bit of discussion here. So there's a rumor going around that because the takeover in December is going to be in the UK and going to be in England, that Regal is going to come out of retirement for a match. It's super early.
What?
Super early right now.
It may be his retirement match
His
because he's not fully
absolute
retired.
final match. His absolute final match for NXT for Takeover
In
happening in
London.
England.
Would he face Breeze? Because Breeze just gets so annoying.
I would love if they could be building to that.
Sorry to your earballs.
So let's do that. Let's start that rumor right now. If they're not,
I'm
if they
speaking
haven't
it into
decided,
existence. I really want
if they
that.
haven't decided it yet, let's just do Breeze v Regal or Regal v Breeze on Twitter hashtag and tweet at him because that's something that I think we would all
Regal
love to
just,
see.
or Breeze just gets to take on all the legends. Like
Seriously.
that's just what he
And
should
what- and
do.
What a fantastic position to be in, to
Oh
be
my
trusted
gosh.
with being able to do that.
But
like
it's
this,
already-
this
they're-
young cat, man.
They don't even know if they are building this story yet, but it's
I would-
perfect.
It's working.
It's worked.
I mean, we can see it. If it's in the distance, it's possible.
And speaking of the UK takeover, it has been announced that it's going to have a start time of 8 p.m. England time, meaning that it's going to be 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the United States. Didn't have time to take into account the rest of the world. Sorry to our Australian listeners. Also, just a lot. Mika Rotunda of the Rotunda family, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt's little sister,
Sister Abigail?
has
no, Mika,
because
sister Mika.
Sister Mika
Yeah.
recently went to NXT for a tryout. It wasn't for an athletic tryout. It was for a, rumor has it, according to Ric Flair, she was there for, because
Really?
he was there at the center when she was there, that she was going to be there for an announcing position.
Okay.
So we might have another live announcer in Mika Rotunda.
I think she could do.
She can do whatever she wants.
Athletically too.
She can do whatever she
though.
wants. And it
I
could
would
be
like
a
to
great
see her in
transition.
that.
And friend of the show, formerly CJ Parker, now back to Juice Robinson, is going to be traveling to New Japan Professional Wrestling. He pulled the wool over our eyes.
Did a really good job trolling everyone.
Yeah, so
saying he was going to retire. He simply retired his name.
So we're excited to see where he goes in Japan. There was also a report from a WWE producer that Bayley is ungodly over with the younger crowd, especially the younger female crowd. And if that
Bailey's over?
and if
I had no idea.
But here's the most
she only
interesting
made us
part.
cry.
Here's the most interesting part. If she ever started doing Make-A-Wishes, she would annihilate Cena's record, was what this producer said. And I thought that was fun to think of and she's a hugger, and she's the most best-selling female NXT shirts. More than Sasha, more than Charlotte, more than Becky.
I think her family also bought like 30. As they saw the package
and
last
backups.
week.
They were them
Very
every day.
supportive.
And recently,
I love them so much.
WWE has been in the Florida area, so the use of NXT talent was at a recent live event. Enzo and Cass, as well as Baron Corbin, showed up at the WWE live events with Corbin and this is terrible, attacking one of the Usos. I don't remember which one's healthy, and I feel terrible for saying that, but
Not our show.
The one
was
whose
on-
name starts with a J.
it was on WWE's Vine, and you need to follow WWE on Vine if you have Vine, because sometimes they post very fun stuff, sometimes they post serious stuff. Especially there's one of Biggie and Sasha Banks that I have to watch every day.
Booty!
Booty. NXT announcer Greg Hamilton is going to be moving up to the hosting WWE live events. So very good for him. Congratulations to him.
Congrats,
And
Greg.
it's great having Dasha on announcing tonight.
She's
she was
really
great.
good announcing.
Super great. I thought it was JoJo for a second because of her energy, and I was like, oh, it's Dasha.
Her
Awesome.
voice. I
Really
love
good.
it.
Really good. Zara Schreiber, we have to mention it, recently made her debut, and just as quick as she debuted, was let go for some of her views on different cultural, racial.
I'm just hearing you spin this in a way that doesn't call out anybody.
She was let go for previous postings on the internet. You just gotta be nice, everybody.
Stuff.
Not good stuff. Be nice, everybody. And last thing, Kathy and I are wearing our Connor's Cure bracelets because Hobo didn't get the memo.
Thank you, Haywood.
No one tells me anything.
No, this is
I
actually
love it.
this. Thanks to Haywood, a fan
Haywood.
on Twitter. This is my second Connor's Cure, so I have a backup. I might wear them on both wrists. But if you follow Connor's Cure on Twitter, they're doing a little thing where if you turn your Twitter icon yellow, it donates $1 to the Connor's Cure fund. So
I'm gonna do that.
Do it. Go right on Twitter. They've been retweeting everybody. NXT's been retweeting everybody. That's probably why you've noticed all of your favorite wrestlers have yellow tinted icons. Do it. It's fantastic.
Not your screen.
That has been the news. Holy crap.
Thanks
we did
for
it.
doing that.
We did it, everybody. Good job.
Yeah, there were a couple other things that happened in the news this week that we just don't want to talk about because
Yay! We can screen these things.
yeah. But we are so happy that you guys listened to all of that, and we would love to hear your feedback. We also want to know our question this week. We are starting the questions again. Use the hashtag ABTVNXT and let us know which tag team you think is going to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Excellent.
Where can they find you guys?
Soapbox Mark on Twitter. nxteam.spreadshirt.com is the new link. We'll see you there.
I'm on Twitter at TrueHomo. Don't buy a shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo and watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly and on Instagram at Kathy Kelly. Find all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you again next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.